Hey everyone, TimaeuSS here, and welcome to another mobile game video. And this is going to be the Sensor Tower's monthly revenue report for the month of March in 2024. Now, I do this every month, kind of going over what games are doing well, what games are losing out on the market. But however, I'm going to take a bit of a different approach. This time, I'm going to talk about the games I am playing, go over the revenues and events happening in the game, and I kindly ask you, the viewers, to comment down below if I don't know what is going on or happening in your game, and let us know what is going on, what's causing the revenue to increase or drop. So without further ado, let us start at the very top with Honkai Star Rail. $145 million on mobile devices alone, right? It's not counting the PC, but only just the iOS as well as the Android revenue. And of course, we know why. It's the monstrosity of a unit, which is Acheron. Acheron is so good. She's absolutely beautiful, and of course the character herself, the design is 10 out of 10, and she just power creeps every single damage dealer out there, I feel. So with the release of Acheron and prior to that Sparkle, there is not a single moment of doubt that Acheron with Sparkle will allow Honkai Star Rail to top the chart. So 145 million is absolutely insane. Now moving forward, Genshin Impact, I personally don't play Genshin anymore. Boomer hands, unfortunately, and 68 million is nothing to scoff at. It's still a huge amount of revenue. Of course, I don't know what's going on. I do believe a couple months ago and there was a movement with the boycott, but I still think they made a ton of money. So yeah, who knows? Not exactly too sure what's going on, but they did experience quite a big drop. But it looks like it was a very massive patch. Moving on to something, maybe it's just a filler patch. After that, Love and Deep Space is definitely a game I have never ever heard of, but it looks like some pretty boys for our lady population mobile gacha game players, and it looks to be doing really well. 52 million, even though it's down to 35 million US dollars. That is still insane, sitting at top 3 at third place, above Uma Musume, who is currently at 33 million in Japan alone, which is mind-blowing, really mind-blowing. Now, I don't know what events they have. I know that prior to this, they had like an anniversary or festival kind of event, which boosted the revenue quite a bit. So there must be something going on right now to help the sales. And Arknights, now you might be surprised to see why Arknight is sitting at the very top at 24 million. This is because anytime you see a globe, right, you see a globe icon, that means it's global revenue. So this time they're including CN revenue as well, which is different than the previous list we had for the monthly report, which only includes the JP or global release, and they don't combine it. But now we have CN included as well, so this revenue looks absolutely massive. And Naruto Mobile, I actually did try the game before. It's very popular. CN, crazy expensive to play, and no wonder, only CN alone, and it's making $24 million. Fate Grand Order, of course, across the globe is making 24 as well. So an IP that would pretty much never fail just because of how popular it is. Monster Strike, 22 million. It is the pinball game, I want to say. Puzzle and Dragons, one of these two is, and they're doing really well because they are essentially what the gacha players in Japan, the older ones, like. It's very casual. It's not your traditional anime waifu gacha game at all, or your IP. And speaking of IP, Dragon Ball Z Dokkan, I think the anniversary for Dokkan is wrapping up. That's why they dropped from 40 million to 15 million dollars, which is very reasonable. And followed by Nikke. Man, as a Nikke main player, look at this. Previous month we had 12 million US dollars, and now this month 14 million, despite having the collab going on. That's right, the ReZero collab is going on, and the sales of Amelia's banner along with Rem's banner, they're both included in this revenue report, right? So you can see that it's not doing so great. As a collab banner, previously when we had the 2B banner, Nikke made 30 million US dollars, all right? But for ReZero, it really felt that the quality is not there quite yet, and even in comparison to some of the older banners in the previous month, Nikke in 2024, this collaboration has me not that excited about the the future of collabs. However, we did hear that Nikke will collab with Stellar Blade, another game by Shift Up, which means, you know, the assets are there. And of course, it's a game made by Shift Up, so there should not be any restrictions placed on how lewd or Coomer bait they can make it. So they need to do better than this, because with a collab only sitting at 2 million better is not ideal. Followed by, okay, so that's Nikke, and followed by Dragon Ball Legends. We talk about more anime IP, and the Blue Archive. Look at that, 21 million down to 10 million. I'm gonna assume it's because again, some anniversary or big events happening. I think it was another festival event where it was raid up either in the JP or the global server, and after that expired, of course, we are returning to kind of, I think Blue Archive sits around 10 million US dollars monthly as its baseline. Followed by Hatsune Miku, a music game, I want to say, and Summoner Wars, a game that never dies, seems to do decently well, sitting around 10 million. Ensemble Stars. So all of these other games I won't talk too much about because I don't really play it, and I talked about it before in my previous gacha videos. So I will only point out the ones that I personally am interested in. Honkai Impact the Third Part 2 is basically on its way, and it's still making 4 million, which is quite decent. Reverse 1999. Very interesting to see that it's dropped from 9 million to 4 million. So the reason behind that is because the 9 million is consists of majority, I think, the CM players. They wailed really hard. Might be because it was near the Jew banner, but I'm pretty sure Jew banner was the month before March. I'm not 100% sure. If you guys know or play or follow the CN part of Reverse 1999, let me know. But for global, I would expect this number to be a bit higher because we are sitting at patch 1.4, which is 37 and 6, two of the highly anticipated units. And of course, 1.4 is a big patch. They had a live stream, a music concert, so I expected this to be 5 million at least. But you know what? It's not bad. Not bad at all. Everything else seems to be trending decently. This light released on CM, so you can see that they've made a decent bank last month, but now it's cut by almost half. Everything else doesn't seem out of the blue. JJK, Jujutsu Kaisen, has now dropped from 8 million to 2.8 million. It was really good at JP release. People were very hyped about it, but personally, I tried the game. I wasn't a huge fan of, and I mean, this is within expectations to see it drop from 8 to 2.8 million. Path to Nowhere was doing really well in CN, and to see it drop now to 2.5 million, I mean, it's still very decent. It had a very nice look. I forgot the female's name, but it made me re-download the CN client and try to vote for her, even though I couldn't. But yeah, not bad at all. I hope Path Nowhere keeps succeeding. And AFK Journey, with just 5 days, sitting at 2.2 million from mobile top-ups alone. And I think the majority of the players top up either in the PC client or via Pluto Mall, because you get a 5% discount, their official website. So yeah, AFK Journey, not bad. They did, I would think, put a lot of advertisement. Pretty much every YouTuber has a sponsored video, myself included. So hopefully the PC revenue and the Pluto Mall revenue is significant enough to offset that. Everything else seems to be stable. Tower of God is adding ads. I remember that they're adding ads to this game, so I expect next month to drop significantly. And one more thing I want to talk about is well, actually a couple more. Aether Gazer and Snowbreak Containment Zone, two of the games I used to play before, have stabilized, sitting at around 1 million, which is honestly pretty damn good. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was this: Girls Frontline 2 Exilium. Now, this game is a victim of CN's massive drama. Okay, I mean, I'm not gonna say how crazy the drama is. I think I made a video on it, so you can check it out. But the NTR storyline of Girls Frontline 2 got blown way out of proportion. Apparently, allegedly, there were news about companies actually investing money to make sure these news blew up within the player base. So now, as a game that has AAA value and invested over 100 million US dollars to develop, is only making less than $1 million per month. Less than $1 million per month in CN. Absolutely atrocious for a game like this, because you're not going to recover any, not even the advertisement costs. let alone the development cost of the game. So I don't even know if this game will make it to CN. Sorry, make it to global because of how much money it has pretty much lost. They could try to push it to global and then recuperate the loss from global revenue, but I don't know. I don't know how it's going to look, because this is absolutely devastating for a company like NIKKE, and the reputation has been ruined in CN at the very least. Overall, everything else, I think these are pretty much on the chopping block. Hegan still alive. Same with Ardry Gear, who's gonna collab with Neptuna, the mobile game or the console game. I do remember that game from a long time ago. But last but certainly not least, we will talk about the dying game, which is, where is it? Devil May Cry Peak of Combat. Holy moly, Crunchyroll, your Devil May Cry Peak of Combat in your One Punch Man world just goes to show how bad you can run a game. Right, One Punch Man was really high quality in terms of production value, but then look at this drop, 1.3 million all the way down to 270,000. I would not expect Crunchyroll to announce the end of service in 2024, and I would not be surprised if it comes before the game's half anniversary even, or they will just go into maintenance mode before the half anniversary arrives and close it at the anniversary after selling some banners. Overall, I would never personally touch another game by Crunchyroll after what they did to Princess Connect, and they even posted happy birthday to Pickering today on the 1st of April. Absolutely disgusting. So yes, avoid it at all costs is what I'm trying to say. Anyhow, it's TimaeuSS here. Let me know your thoughts, and if you like the new format, kind of going over the dramas as well as the revenues of the game I personally do play. And if you have any tidbits of information for the gacha games you play, leave them down below. Alright? Okay. And now it's TimaeuSS here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye now.